Welcome back everybody to another FIFA 21 video on the channel. So today we have our first player review. Now, the game has been out a few days and I am loving it. The gameplay on this game feels different, which is nice. FIFA doesn't normally feel too different, but this one's feeling really good. So that is always a good sign. Hopefully it's only going to get better from here. First player review, as you can see from the title, is Diogo Jota, recently signed for these Legends. And it's a free one to watch card, so it's a bit of a no-brainer with this one. You're not really losing out by getting it, but I will give you a review on my thoughts after using this guy for a few games and see if he'll fit into your club and if it's worth your time doing the the objectives. I say they're quite easy objectives. Before I get into that, apologies for if there's any bad camera quality. I'm using a webcam. It's not the best webcam. It's no professional camera, so there may be a bit of pixelation on the screen, but it is what it is, as well as a light up here. I have glasses, as you can see. There's a reflection. I apologise. As well as, in my office, there is a boiler. You may hear the boiler. I'm sorry, but yes. Anyone that watched my video the other day as well for the, what was it I did, trading tips, I hope you enjoyed that and that's helped you get some coins. Quite a few of you tuned in for that one, so I appreciate it. I managed to get myself up to about 300k coins on the app just before the game came out, which I've not actually spent yet. I'm holding on to it, waiting for some of the player prices to drop, because normally at the beginning of FIFA it's pretty expensive. So I'm just holding on to that. I'm quite happy with my squad at the moment. But yes, let's get into the Diogo Jota review. Let's go. So as you can see, I'm just over 311k gold from the video I put up, just using that trading method that I did on the web app. So give that a go. So to get this one to watch Jota card, as I say, it is kind of a no-brainer. He's a free card. If you've got a bit of time and you're just playing games, you will be easily able to get this card. So to start with, you have to get assists with through balls using Portuguese players in 4 separate rival matches, which is easy. If you're playing rivals, just have a Portuguese player and just play some through balls. You also need to score 10 finesse goals in rivals using Premier League players. Scoring 4 separate squad battle matches on minimum professional with a Liga NOS player, again easy peasy. You also need to assist in 5 separate squad battle matches on minimum professional difficulty using players with a 4-star skill move. So there's plenty of players out there. If you do the first one, I believe you get a Diogo Jota card anyway for 5 games on loan. So he has enough skill. He has 4-star skill, so he will be able to do that for you. And also, lastly, you have to score minimum 2 goals per match in 5 rival matches. So they don't have to be wins. So that is quite an easy one to do as well. So he's an easy card to pick up, so I would highly recommend it. But let me tell you about his stats. So for a free card, this one's a bit of a no-brainer, I would say. If you've got the time, I would get it. He has some incredible stats. So high work rate, right foot, 4-star skills, 5-star weak foot, which is insane. 5 games played for me, 4 goals scored in those. I did use the loan card as well. He got some more goals before using this card when I unlocked it, but some really good all-round stats. I did use the Hawk chemistry style on him to up the pace and shooting and his physical a little bit. So as you can see, 83 pace, 77 shooting, 71 passing, 84 dribbling. Defending's not that great, and then 77 physical. So obviously we've upped his pace a little bit, his shooting, his long shots are pretty insane. He's not the greatest of passers, but the passing is still decent enough to be able to run up the box, like run up the wing and get some assists. And physically, his jumping's not all there, but he's not my centre man, winning the headers, so it doesn't bother me too much. Yes, his aggression is a key stat, I would say. 95 aggression with the Hawk cards, which is just mad. He is a pressing monster, as Pep Linders would say. Yes, so all round a pretty good card. So, regarding his pros as a player, he has, well, acceleration. Especially with the Hawk cards, his acceleration is pretty damn good. He will just burst away from defences. You will see in a minute in the cons, I have mentioned his sprint speed. Basically, he will sprint. He'll accelerate away from people, as you'll see in these clips. But when it comes to maintaining a long sprint, he won't necessarily outrun people as well. which is unfortunate. But if you're not running the entire pitch, he will just get away from the defenders quite easily. But in the long runs, box to box, he is not necessarily going to be able to outrun everybody. 4-star skills is an obvious one. Any of you skillers out there, I'm not the greatest with skill. I use a handful of skills, and he is perfect for it. He can do all the skills I like to do, and if you're a 4-star skiller and you do love to pop those skills and make people rage, then this guy's perfect. As well as that, as I say, 5-star weak foot is a massive pro on this guy. You can hit it, as I say, he's right-footed, but he's also left-footed because he can hit it on either foot. So he's going to score an array of goals for you, and thankfully you can have him kind of from any angle. You can just score goals. As you'll see from these, he has got me quite a few like different goals, chip shots, finesse shots. There's a few kind of dribble goals in here as well. He does miss some shot. He does miss opportunities as well, but I guess any player misses opportunities. Obviously, there's an element of the the player and of course the person controlling it. Obviously, if you're a bad FIFA player, sadly, you won't be able to use these players to full effect. However, if you've got a decent, you're decent at the game, you will appreciate this player for sure, especially with the 4-star skills and the 5-star weak foot. Shot power is another thing I would like to highlight. His shot power is really good, especially with that Hawk card on there. He just powers the ball into the net. It's mad. You watch the net ripple. As if it's going to rip out the back. It is mad. So it helps when you're trying to beat the keeper because obviously you want it on target, but he hits it hard enough that it makes it so much harder for the keeper to save. As well as that, his aggression. So I've mentioned his aggression because he just presses. He's, as I say, a pressing monster. Again, quoting Pep Linders, the card is no different to in real life. He will press the defenders or the midfielders when out of possession, so he will chase the balls whenever needed. Moving on to his cons, as I say, sprint speed. He can accelerate away, but sprint speed, he just can't keep that sprint going forever with the pace. Strength, he's not the strongest of players, so he can easily get beaten off. However, with the agility he has and the skills, it's quite difficult to do anyway. So a player like him, it's not a massive con, but strength, it's not the greatest. He can easily be kind of shoulder barged off the ball, unfortunately. And his crossing, because of his low passing stats, his crossing isn't the finest, but it is good enough. But it's no De Bruyne crossing, basically. So my verdict on this card, if I was to rate it out of 10, I would say a 7 out of 10, which I think is pretty fair. I've really enjoyed using this card, and I think with some informs, it has a lot of potential. This one's certainly not the finished article. Of course, being a one to watch card, it is his base card at the moment. But value for coins, to get a free one to watch card with the potential that it might get some informs and upgrade, literally it's a no-brainer. Like, if you've got a few hours and you are playing rivals anyway, focus on the objectives, get this guy in your squad. You may just keep him on the bench, bring him off the bench. He'll be a great little player. But in a starter squad, if you like me, I've got quite a simple, basic starter squad. I quite like that. I've got the coins, but I just don't want to upgrade to those high value players quite yet. So if you're like me and you're doing that, he is a great player to have on your starting 11. Before you start upgrading to your Sterlings and your Sadio Manes. But very good player, definitely worth getting and has a lot of potential and, as I say, incredible value for coins. That is all for today, so I hope you've enjoyed this and it's helped sway you towards Jota or away from Jota, depending on what you're looking for. But regardless, I hope this has been helpful for you and the format's been quite nice. I've never done a kind of video like this before. I have certainly watched plenty, but I've quite enjoyed making this, so I will be planning on making some more soon. Hoping to get a Mason Mount, Daniel Podence, and a surprising Tanganga one, which I won't give too much away, is a very shocking player. But you will see that in the upcoming video. So if you haven't already, go down below, hit the subscribe button, give it a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it, and leave a comment if there's any players you would like me to review in the future. Have a good day, guys. Peace out.